This is a video about that thing that everybody has and nobody talks about. No, it's not pubic hair, it's the faff box, the shit box, the box where you put all the paper that you don't know what to do with, a casket of procrastination, a real live inbox. How did all this paper come into my life and confused me enough to put in this box rather than immediately chucking away? Well, we're about to find out. So I'm somebody that kind of gets a lot of stuff done, but is also a master procrastinator. And I'm not saying, I think some people think those, I can't even talk with this box in front of me. Even breathing disturbs the monster. Move it this way. Oh God. I think there's a misconception that those two things are polar opposites and can't exist in the same personality, but I'm here to prove you wrong. I have recently started working part-time for myself. 10 years of side hustling, finally coming into fruition, and it means that I actually do have time to sort out this box. I keep this box in a kind of rabbit hutch in my cupboard, and I don't look at it very often. I only look at it when I need to put extra stuff in it, because I don't want to look at the stuff anymore, but I also am not sure whether I can chuck it away or if it's of any use to me. But lately it's been looking at me through the bars and saying, hey, you know how you have more time now? You should probably sort me out. And I'm like, shut up, you, stay in your corner. Working part-time for myself has also made me really dissect my personality traits in a much closer sphere than I would usually. And I think that the things that I make in my spare time, so like writing poetry, trying to write this book, making all these videos for 10 years, making a podcast, are all forms of procrastination, things that give me a dopamine high from potentially more boring adult tasks I might be doing in my spare time. Most full-time office jobs, whether they're your career goal or they're just the first rung or the ladder or a side ladder or on a ladder that you're not even sure you like, on somebody else's ladder that's the wrong colour and is kind of rickety. Even if you love your job, you can come home at the end of the day and feel like the hours weren't yours, that the day wasn't yours, that you didn't have time to be yourself and do the things that make you feel like you're actually living. So for me, this box represents all of the life admin things that either aspirations of things that I wanted to know or go through or keep records of, or the adult tasks I know I should be getting on with but also don't really make me feel like me, don't really make me feel like it's me time, don't recharge my batteries, don't give me any dopamine or make me feel good, and therefore I don't really want to do them, even though I know they will help me achieve my long-term goals of not getting a fine or going to prison for not paying some kind of bill. There's part of me that's convinced that there is a secret adult bill that isn't council tax or water rates or car insurance or any of those adult bills. It's just a secret bill that nobody's told me about and for some reason I haven't received. And one day a really tall man is going to come knocking on my front door and say, hey Lena, you've never been paying that bill. And I'll be like, what bill? And they'll be like, turn around. Get in the van, you're going to prison. I'm not the first person to point out that some of this stuff should have been on the curriculum. And what's in this box also is who I want to be, who I believe I will be when I've done them. An adult, perhaps, is hiding at the bottom of this box. An accomplished lady is probably about here. A me that is constantly driven. There's somebody at the bottom of this box that I think is there that I don't think is coming. Phantom organised Lena is not coming to save me. I have to tackle this box on my own, equipped only with the very mediocre personality traits and personal strength that I've managed to gather in these 29 years. I thought if you have a similar box, we could tackle it together today. A couple of years ago, I did a chuck out your clothes with me video, and you guys seem to like chucking out your clothes along with me. So I thought this could be that. We could maybe fight through the blind panic of not really knowing what's in this box, or if there's maybe about here is lying all our hopes and dreams, or the most disappointing rejection letter we'll ever receive. And maybe we can deal with the disappointment together when we get to the end of the box and we realise there's not a cooler version of ourselves sitting there. We'll just be us, but without the emotional baggage of the box. So, I think I'm going to have to get onto the floor for this, I'm not going to lie. Let's go. Oh, fucking hell. Okay Google, set an alarm for 1 hour.
Okay, your alarm's set for 5:22 p.m.
This is fine, I'm fine. Okay, tools that I will be using. I'm somebody who gets overwhelmed quite easily with like sensory stuff. So if there's like lots of people talking to me at once, lots of noises going on, or lots of bright lights, I get really like, and then also I think if there's lots of images, I get quite stressed. Like if there's lots of colours and words and things popping out at me, it feels more overwhelming. And because I'm not trying to get my identity stolen, I'm going to be using this pad of brown paper to make piles, hopefully with unintimidating names, so that I can easily see what is what without getting like visually overwhelmed. My phone, when I read The Magical Art of Tidying Up, Marie Kondo talks a lot about digitizing the stuff that you need. Alleviates the anxiety, you might need it. You probably can deal with just having a picture of it, you probably don't need the physical document. So I've got the Google Drive app on my home, and I'm starting folders there so that I can upload pictures to it straight away. I've got the Google Drive app on my phone, and I'm now making a folder, Box of Doom, and I am going to upload any picture I take of a document that I don't think I need into that folder. So if I look for it and I'm like, oh, where was that? It'll be in the Box of Doom folder, the digital Box of Doom. I found sounds much better. I've also got one of these things. People use them so you don't get your identity stolen. You press that button there and a little roller thing comes out. If you did have your address on the front and you didn't want somebody to see that if they go through your rubbish or anything, you just do this. And it writes so many words that nobody knows what the words were in the original place. Good, cool. One of the points of anxiety already is theatre programmes. I feel like other people keep them, and I always buy them when I go because I want to support the company and by extension the arts. Even though I didn't end up going to drama school and didn't end up getting into theatre, I still want to, does anybody else have this? I still want to know like where they went to drama school and what else they've been in. This is for a play called Amelia. It's a feminist, inclusive reimagining of the Dark Lady, Shakespeare's famous muse who inspired lots of plays, and asking whether he wrote the plays or perhaps she did, meeting out the historical background of a woman who did really exist and potentially did have a relationship with Shakespeare. It's incredible, and I wanted to know more about the history of it, but I actually haven't picked this up yet or have done anything with it. So I might, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take pictures of it and then I'm going to recycle it, okay? I might even make a folder in the thing. Okay, 1, got to do this faster. 3, this is like a scanner in your hands. It's very exciting. Do you ever get that sometimes? You like are still 6 and are like, oh my God, we're not faxing each other anymore? This is incredible. And you know when you can share locations with people on Google, my inner brain is always like, we have the Marauders map. Okay, that's all the time that took me just to get the information I needed from that, and now that can go in the recycling. This is a bill I haven't opened. Quick! Oh, amount you must pay, 0. It's from the council to tell me I already paid. See, gang, we shouldn't always be this afraid of things. Oh, this is a letter from my neighbour inviting us over to watch the Welsh World Cup. Wales's inevitable Grand Slam triumph. I didn't get it till it was too late, and then I was too awkward and millennial to talk to my grown-up neighbours. So I put that in the pile because I was like, I should respond to them and talk to them because they are my neighbours, and I never did, and they just fucking moved out. That's how long I left it, so that can go. Oh, this is a important file documents for tax. So I need this because it's a PO for a university I did a lecture for, and for some reason they needed to add me to their payroll just because I did one lecture. This is the first pile happening in front of you. Okay. Another one that's really big for me is birthday cards. I usually do message the person digitally to say thank you for sending me a physical birthday card, but sometimes I keep them because I'm like, sentimental value, etc. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the Pug and Headphones card. I really have received the love and thoughtfulness from people who sent them to me, and I never think when I send out a card, I wonder if they kept that, the bitch. I'm going to recycle this. I need to let go. Oh, there's more. Thank you. Oh, it's from my colleagues. You never look back on them though. I have the warmth in my heart. This is Craig's note. Don't throw away other people's stuff, very important. Information from a women's prize event I went to, a local festival that I was thinking of going to, but the information is probably on the internet, and if I really wanted to go, I would have already looked at it. Oh, Comely magazine. That can be filed away. That is very precious to me. Oh, okay. I recently joined English Pen. You can become a member. It's an organisation that fights for actual free speech and not the crazy definition of free speech that lots of alt-writers think it is. So I'm just going to take a picture of that because it has my membership number on it. But it's just like, hi, you joined. We're so excited to have you. Thank you for helping the charity. No worries, mate. Physical notes from when I interviewed some authors that I don't need anymore. Yeah, just write up stuff that I'm doing. No, don't need that. I also think that notes that I haven't copied down immediately mostly aren't relevant anymore. There's stuff that I should have done and then I didn't, and now it's too late and we just gotta let go. Self-forgiveness is important. I usually do keep the programs from conferences I've been to because a lot of people aren't great at putting that information up on their website, I guess because they're trying to keep it to people who came. But it is actually a very good record, so I'm going to take some time to go through that. Genuinely, I am. And look at all the contacts and names of people that were giving talks, even if I couldn't attend the talks. So I've been reading up on procrastination in general, and one of the things that I realised, sometimes I don't read my Guardian weeklies, okay? The guilt, there's so much waste. But if I don't throw them away, then it's fine. It's not admitting that I did actually waste them. I'm not even at the cusp. I haven't even hit the lip. I've been trying to do a little bit of research about why I procrastinate so much. And it's really interesting, actually. Some people claim that, I'm going to leave links to stuff that I did listen to and look at below, but some people think that it is genetic, that some people are predisposed to be better at getting stuff done and not procrastinating than others. There is a sentimental pile as well. That is a card from Craig that I will keep because it has cheese jokes on it. It also, I think, has to do with schooling, but in some ways I think it also has to do with self-worth. This guy did this TED talk where he was talking about how if you do something in good time and you give enough time to something and you are responsible around your planning around it and you complete it in a logical way, if you still fail at the end of that, if you still slip up and if you still, say for this exam, if you still fail, that's really embarrassing because you did everything you could and you still failed, so it must be something intrinsically wrong with you. But if you don't do any work and you ignore the whole thing and then you study just the night before, if you fail, there's a cushion there because you didn't really try that much in the first place. Oh, it's fine. That makes sense that I failed because I didn't have the right kind of prep. If I had the right kind of prep, I would have passed. And then if you succeed, you're not only... Now, I've talked about Matilda syndrome before, which is a phrase I have coined myself and makes no sense to people who don't know Matilda. But the idea that you're exceptional. You're not just clever, you're not just talented, but you have something secretly magical about you that nobody else does. If you succeed after not having studied for a test or not having done the obvious things that you should sort out in your adult life, then there's still this possibility that you could be extraordinary, that you could still pass. And not only do you just pass with an A, but you pass with an A and you didn't even really study. Or you get rich when you're 35 and you didn't even do all these adult things in your 20s. Ha ha ha! That's in my head what I think is going to happen. I think that it's not only going to work out, but it's going to be extraordinarily fine. And then I won't have needed to have done this. I would have felt stupid if I'd done this because secretly I'm going to become successful without knowing how to manage my money and my time. Not happening, Lena! That will not happen! That's not a thing that happens! So that's one of the existential crises I'm having that could have been happening when I've been procrastinating from this. There's like a childishness to it that says, I'm scared of failure so I won't try and then people can't blame me when I fail. Or I'm so special that nothing can touch me. I volunteered with the Prison Reading Group's charity a few months ago. I'll link them below as well, they're really great, and I went into a prison and it was really interesting. And I kept all of their little stuff that they gave me, but I'm sure that it's on their website if they're a normal charity, and I don't need to just keep the stuff around. I also don't need to keep these things that this one that I've already read with Donald Trump's face on. I tend to get rid of anything that has Donald Trump's face on nowadays. Oh, this is a postcard from Tenzin. I love this postcard. I'm going to put that on the wall. Again, it helps you find stuff that you've prized, that you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. That was a good thing to have. An outline of my book that I've made notes on. Yes, I have a 27-page outline of my book. What of it? I'm going to keep the 2 pages that I actually made notes on and get rid of all the ones that I actually didn't make notes on. For book, go through. Could it be more clear? Probably could be for future Lena. She's a bit of a dickhead. This is a sentimental item. I went to the opening night of Company. Stephen Sondheim was there. It was no big deal. I'm fine. I'm never going to recover. This is a sticker that says, friends, don't let friends use tampons. I don't even know where I got that, but I'm not surprised they have it. something to read when I become more intelligent. My come from away ticket. What a show. Oh, 5 cents. That makes sense. This is sentimental. I'm in this magazine, no biggie. Won a Trailblazer award. It might surprise you to learn that I didn't win an award for cutting my own fringe. That award was not given to me. Also, I love how everyone else is standing on a step, so I genuinely look like a child. Sentimental. It's me on a magazine! Stop it. Disgusting. Stop being proud of your achievements, Kathy. Climate change, need to know about that. Also need to know about that. Oh, bloody hell, is this a bill? It's from Eon. Oh, I can't look. See, there's a lot of shame. I feel like I need more self-forgiveness. I need to be like, Lena, you're a busy woman. You didn't deal with it. You just got to face up to it. You're only human. We've increased your prices. They raised it by 40 quid a year and I had missed that. No wonder I have been poorer than usual. That's from April onwards. 40 quid for each one. It's 80 quid. That's wrong. I wish I hadn't opened that, but I guess now I'm going to put that... Okay, I think it's also important... Oh, where's my fucking pen? Where's my pen? Oh, it's here. It's cool, guys, I got it. I think it's also important in these cases to not use alarming language so I don't alarm the delicate fawn that is future me when I'm looking at these. So instead of saying urgent, I'm going to say soft language, super soon, and then a smiley face. Because I need to inform my housemates that that's happening because I pay all the bills and then they pay me. So I'm probably losing out on that. Oh yeah, I know what this is. I did my tax. They recalculated my student loan because I had extra fees on it. So I've got to pay extra on my student loan this year. Brilliant. That's cool. That will also go in the super soon pile, I guess. Student loans company. Actual biggest scam of my life. Anyway. Ooh, a big gold envelope. What's in here? Again, to make it faster for myself, there's one thing on this piece of paper I need to deal with. So I'm just going to do a massive Sharpie around the thing I need to deal with so I don't waste time looking at that piece of paper again and being like, what do I need to do on that? Okay, we're over the lip, guys. Bookmarks. And there's the Gumption Club. Whenever I find like cute stuff around, I'm going to put it in Scald, like these lovely bookmarks. I'm going to put this tea bag in there as well. I do send it to my Gumption Clubbers when I send them books and stuff. This is so far my to read pile. I don't know if that's good or bad. This is the stylist I was meaning to read. It's been put together by like 10-year-old girls and it looks incredible. So I'm going to save that for a rainy day. I will read that. Okay, let's go fast. Why is this take? Oops. Oh shit. It's only a bank statement, guys. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Oh, it's from a bank account I have that's reminding me that I have £0 in it. That's cool. Oh, this is a cute mirror. Oh, it says Girl Gang on it. Send that to a Gumptioner. Oh, this is really important. Okay. Interesting things I found so far. A hymn sheet from Harry Leslie Smith's funeral. He was in 94, 95 when he died. Year-old activist who I was friends with and did the publicity for. It was a really beautiful occasion. Jeremy Corbyn came actually and we sang this traditional Yorkshire hymn on Ilkley Moor Beata. But I thought that was really interesting. It's got a little picture of Harry at the bottom. So I could look that up at a future date, I'm sure. I don't need to have that like on me at all times, especially because I have no idea what it means. I bought some zines from a guy called Sam who makes amazing zines and he drew me a penguin on the envelope, which is apparently enough, Sam, for me to keep it for about a year. I'm just going to stand here, appreciate the penguin and move on if that's okay with you, even though it is incredible, thank you. Christmas catalogue, business cards from people I don't really remember meeting. Let's take a picture of them. Just in case. An embroidery ring. I don't embroider. This is the well official diagram I did when I was doing that imposter syndrome video. Good. A ticket for a historical railway that I took my brother on for his stag do. Always make me the best man. Solid at stag do's. These are sentimental as well. This is a letter I sent my cousins when I was about 7 that I found with the free notepaper they gave you in Smash Hits. Yes! straight on the sentimental pile. Come on, we're getting on. I'm getting energy from this now. Can you see the recycling? But don't even. Some more American money. America. At this point, it starts to look like I'm actually just making bedding for a hamster. There's that much newspaper in here. A tribute Evening Standard magazine. Oh, what? It's been an hour. Are you kidding? Shit the bed. A tribute to Harry and Meghan's wedding from the Evening Standard, including a princess quiz. I think it's clear from the evidence that I am Princess Anne. We don't need to dispute that. Oh my god. Evidence that I have a pension. Very exciting. Oh my god, I'm sweating. I don't even know how pensions work. I just know that I have about 5 in different accounts. In the next 5 years, I'm going to do a super interesting video on how pensions work. Super soon. That can go in the super soon pile. Did anybody else just think that Scottish widows' pensions were genuinely for Scottish widows only? Oh my god, I can see the bottom, I can see the bottom. Calm down. Woohoo! Nothing in it. So if it was hard to extract any real intellectual takeaways from that dance, I think this is more about you than it is about me. But making allowances, I'm going to highlight 3 points that I learned from tidying out my shitbox that will hopefully help you do the same. Number 1, forgive yourself. You don't have to perform at 100% every single time to be an adult. People who perform perfectly are creepy. Accept the time, money, logistic losses that you have had from not sorting out your shitbox, and move forward knowing that you have learnt those lessons and you will do a little bit better next time. Number 2, these tasks can seem so daunting that you feel like you need this huge chunk of time to complete them. Modern life means that huge chunks of uninterrupted time are very, very rare, and when they are there, you probably want to be outside on a blanket, reading. Set a timer for an hour. If you go over the hour, clear everything away and carry on another hour, another day. Having this daunted, I have to stay on all day and have my brain functioning really highly all day is going to be a task that you just accurately feel like you're not going to be able to do. But if you do an hour, or a little bit more than an hour in my case, because I was almost done, and only do that during the hour, things will get better, I promise. Number 3, game plan. Set up a strategy before you start. Guess the kinds of things that might be in the pile and already have a strategy to deal with them, a place they need to go or a thing that needs to happen to them. So when something scary comes up, you have a system, you have a funnel to funnel them through. You guys are probably better organising than I am, so please leave your own organisational tips in the description. These videos are gifted to you for free by the Gumption Club, the people who support me on Patreon. If you would like to be a member of the Gumption Club, well, there's a link in the description. You get a free poetry collection, 200 unlisted videos on my channel and lots more. Can't wait to read your tips for organisation in the comments, and I will see you in my next one. Frog Snog out!